My father fed me sweet tea for 3 days while we were buried alive under a million tons of concrete. It was thick, warm, and tasted of rust. Drink up, Jamie, he'd whisper, his voice fading into the darkness. Mommy is coming. Just let Daddy sleep for a bit. But Mommy wasn't coming. I heard her voice through the cracked screen of his phone. Save Parker first, she told the rescue team, her voice cold and steady. David, he's tough. He can wait. It won't kill him to stay under there a little longer. She lied. It did kill him. And the sweet tea he fed me, it wasn't tea at all. It was the blood from his own mangled body, drained into a plastic cap so I wouldn't die of thirst while he slowly turned into a cold statue beneath me. When they finally pulled me out, I wasn't crying. I was still clutching a piece of his blood-soaked shirt, looking at the woman in the designer suit who had just signed my father's death warrant. The rescue was a circus. My mother, Victoria, sobbed for the cameras, playing the role of the grieving wife to perfection. But as she held me, I caught a scent, the sharp, stinging smell of men's cologne. Not my dad's. It was the bad man's smell that always made Dad go quiet. Be a good boy, Jamie, she hissed into my ear the moment the cameras were off. Dad went somewhere far away. Don't mention the phone. But the secret was already burning a hole in my heart. At the hospital, the truth got even uglier. I saw him, Harrison, the man with the bad smell, and his son, Parker. Parker was sitting in a private suite, eating chocolate cake without a scratch on him. On Harrison's wrist was a gold watch, the exact same one Mom gave Dad for their 10th anniversary. Mom, I asked, staring at the red scabs around my mouth. Why did we make Dad wait? Why is Parker more important than Dad? Victoria's face turned a bruised purple. She didn't comfort me. She didn't explain. She called for a nurse to take me away, claiming I was traumatized and hallucinating. She thought a 6-year-old was too stupid to understand that she had traded my father's life for her lover's comfort. But Dad had one friend left, Sam. He found Dad's shattered phone in the rubble. He saw the recording. He saw the fire in my eyes. The funeral is in 3 days, Jamie, Sam whispered, handing me the black square of glass. There's a red triangle on this screen. When your mother stands up to tell the world how much she loved him, you press it. The day of the funeral was gray and suffocating. The chapel was filled with lilies and lies. Victoria stood at the podium in a sharp black dress, looking like a tragic queen. David was my rock, she cried, dabbing her eyes with a lace handkerchief. I would have given my life to save him. If I could turn back time, I would have been in that rubble by his side. The crowd was moved to tears. They whispered about her devotion, her strength. Harrison sat in the back, watching her with a smug, possessive smile. I stood up. My small black suit felt heavy. Every step I took toward the stage felt like I was walking back into the earthquake. The guests watched me, thinking I was going to give my mother a hug. Victoria opened her arms, a fake, pitying smile on her lips. Jamie, come to Mommy, she cooed. I didn't hug her. I held up the shattered phone. The screen was stained with the very tea that had kept me alive. Mom, I said, my voice echoing through the silent chapel. You told me Dad was tough. You told the rescuers he could wait. Jamie, sit down, she hissed, her eyes darting toward the reporters. I didn't sit down. I looked at the portrait of my smiling father, and then I looked at the red triangle on the screen. My thumb came down hard. The Bluetooth speakers crackled. A heavy, rhythmic thudding filled the room, the sound of falling concrete. And then, Victoria's voice blasted through the chapel, louder than a gunshot. Ignore the screaming, just get Parker out. If David dies, he dies. He's worth more to me as a dead hero anyway. Just make sure the insurance policy is signed. The chapel went deathly silent. Victoria's face turned from white to gray. The recording didn't stop there. Mom, I whispered into the microphone as the audio continued to play. Why is there another man's voice in Dad's bedroom? And why is he saying, thank you for the earthquake? The doors to the chapel slammed shut. Who was the man on the recording? And what did the earthquake really have to do with the insurance policy?